Welcome back to RJ Academy. Imagine you open your front door and find your worst enemy bleeding to death on your doorstep. If you let him die, you lose your humanity. But if you save him, you become a traitor to your country. What do you choose? That is the exact situation we are looking at today. The backdrop is the Second World War, a time when America and Japan were locked in a bitter, highly destructive conflict. In her chapter, The Enemy, author Pearl S. Buck explores the psychology of this exact wartime dilemma. We follow Dr. Sadao Hoki. Raised under the strict expectations of a traditional father, Sadao lives in a house perched on the rocky Japanese coast. There are 4 people you need to track in the story: Dr. Sadao, his wife Hana, who he met while studying in America, an American prisoner of war named Tom, and an old Japanese general. Sadao is a brilliant surgeon, which is precisely why he wasn't sent to the front lines. The general's health is failing, and he might need emergency surgery at any moment. This leaves Sadao caught between 2 opposing forces: absolute loyalty to a nation actively at war and his sworn medical oath to save lives. The conflict starts when a man washes up on the beach outside Sadao's home. Sadao and Hana discover he is an American soldier, severely wounded with a gunshot to his lower back and barely clinging to life. This chart shows Sadao's immediate tension. His duty as a Japanese citizen demands handing the prisoner to the police, but his doctor's instinct commands stopping the bleeding. He chooses to bring the soldier inside. The servants rebel, viewing this as treason, and abandon the household. Left entirely alone, Sadao begins the surgery to extract the bullet. Hana has never seen an operation before and is so violently sick she has to run out of the room to vomit, but she forces herself back in to administer the anesthesia. Let's do a quick knowledge check. Pause the video right here and write down the 2 specific reasons why the servants left Dr. Sadao's house. The answers are a fear of being charged with treason and a deep-seated hatred for Americans. By closing up that wound, Sadao and Hana cross a definitive line. They are no longer passive bystanders. They are actively harboring a state enemy. A few weeks pass, and Sadao is called away to treat the general's worsening condition. While there, Sadao admits the truth. He has an American prisoner recovering in his home. This diagram illustrates why the general doesn't arrest Sadao. The general needs life-saving surgery and only trusts Sadao, so he cannot execute him. Instead, he offers a dark compromise, sending private assassins in the dead of night to quietly kill the American, keeping Sadao safe. What follows is psychological torture for Sadao. For 3 consecutive nights, he lies awake listening to the heavy wind and rain, waiting for a murder to take place under his own roof. But every morning, the American is still there, breathing. The general's failure to act reveals a sharp irony. His own self-preservation easily overrides his patriotic duty. Because the general does nothing, the entire moral burden of the enemy's fate falls right back onto Sadao's shoulders. Sadao eventually learns that the sick, self-absorbed general simply forgot his promise. The assassins are never coming. Sadao is forced to take matters into his own hands. He engineers a meticulous escape plan. He stocks a small boat with extra rations and water, provides the soldier with Japanese clothing for a disguise, and hands him a flashlight. The signaling rules are highly specific. Tom is to row to a nearby deserted island. If his food runs out, he must flash the light twice at sunset. If he is safe, he flashes it once. His goal is to wait on that island until he can intercept a Korean fishing vessel to take him to safety. Later that week, Sadao stands on his balcony looking out at the sea. No flashlight flickers in the distance, meaning Tom has successfully escaped. Looking out over the water, Sadao genuinely questions why he was utterly incapable of letting his enemy die. This brings us to the core theme. True human compassion and the ingrained instinct of a healer will ultimately transcend narrow nationalistic prejudice. Notes of this chapter is in the description. Catch you next time.